I was asked by someone whether the moving method in the previous video is pretty much the same as cross multiplication for those people that have already seen algebra in school, which is almost like you need to unlearn things. Okay, so let's see what the difference is. So here's a typical problem. 2 divided by 3 2/3 is equal to 4 over some mystery value. Now, most kids are taught in school to cross multiply, which seems kind of like moving. So they're going to multiply diagonally. 2 times x has to be 4 times 3, which is what I did here. So, and now we can do the moving method with the 2, so we move the 2 over, and now we get the solution. So we've actually used moving even with the cross multiplication method, but this is cross multiplication. And notice this step is completely pointless and useless and a waste of time. Using moving alone, we can just move the x here, move the 3 here, move the 2 down. So we can go from here straight to here just by visualizing x goes to the top, 4 stays, 3 goes with the 4, multiplication, 2 goes into division. So there's no need to write this. There's no need to do this cross multiplication step. That said, if you have a more challenging problem with, say, x's floating all over the place like this, you can't just move your way directly to the solution, right? Because if you move this x, you still have an x on the top, but now you have an x on the bottom. So here you would actually want to cross multiply and say 2 times x. But you're still moving, right? You're saying x goes up and that goes up. So, and then from here we would still say 2x, distribute the 5. This is 5 times, not this, but everything. So 5 gets multiplied by both of them. 20x minus 5. We're going to move the 2x to the right, so that becomes an 18x, because this is a positive. When you, positive numbers in addition, think of them as the same thing. So when you move the 2x, it becomes subtraction. The negative 5, we're going to think just like a minus 5. When you move it to the left, it's now plus 5. So 5 is equal to 18x. And so x is going to be 5 divided by 18. We could say x equals left, going leftwards, but we like to write things the other way. So it's going to be 5/18. In other words, once you get x on the right as 5/18, we just flipped it around to present it nicely this way. All right. So this is an example where cross multiplication does make sense. Now, what is cross multiplication? It's really just a part of moving. All we've done is just move the x up here and move that up there. So if you're taught cross multiplication as like the end all and be all of this awesome method, what you're taught is just a baby version of moving. You don't really understand the whole concept of moving. You just understand one element in some specific case. So I don't even like the idea of cross multiplication. That's just a subset, like a little idea of how powerful moving is, one manifestation of moving. So really, all this is just moving. So just if you're good with moving things around, you don't need to remember all these crazy terms like cross multiplication. That all you're doing is moving things. So you could you might need to know this term for school, but understand this is just a part of moving, and moving is like the big brother, and this is like its little ugly cousin. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.